to Fearless Friday, your day to reclaim your weekend and your life. Today, I'd like for us to look at our life, or your life, as a movie. If your life was a movie, what genre would it be? Would it be a comedy? Would it be a drama? Would it be an action-packed thriller? Would it be an adventure movie? Really think about that. And think about you as the main character. And your entire life is just a snippet in time and just a snippet of another movie that is really, really long, okay? So your life, your movie, you enter and exit the grand scheme of things, the large movie of life. You enter and exit in the middle of the movie. Now I'd like for you to think about the other cast of characters in your life or in your movie, which is all the people that you come in contact with on a daily basis. Your family, your friends, your coworkers, and everybody else. Now it's really easy in life to get caught up in life. It's really easy to get lulled to sleep. It's really easy to get caught up in the rat race and to turn to vices. You know, one of the things that is really easy to do is get caught up and stuck in a rut or stuck in a routine of, okay, I wake up, I brush my teeth, I get dressed, I eat, I hurry up and go to work, and then I sit at work all day wishing I wasn't at work, and then I get home, and then I eat and walk the dogs and watch TV for several hours and go to bed, only to wake up and do it all over again. And so many times I see people set these goals way off in advance. Well, when I retire, then I'll be able to live, and then I'll be able to do all the stuff that I want to do. Or when I get this car, or when I get this spouse or partner, or when this happens, then I can really start living. But what they're doing in the meantime is just kind of sucking it up and pushing through it and using vices to try to get to that end result. And when you get to the end result, many times when they get that car, when they get the spouse, when they get something else, they realize that they're still not happy. And the key is to figure out what it is that you're doing on a moment-to-moment basis. When you're watching a movie in the movie theater, even in the down times, they're still seeking that particular goal, or they're still seeking that particular end result. But they're also doing it with that conscious intention. Now I'd like for you to look at the vices that you have in your life. Many times, because people get stuck in this rat race and are waiting for something to happen, and because that feels so long and drawn out, many times people turn to vices such as alcoholism, any type of addiction. And also another type of addiction is not speaking your truth. You know, that is something that is a form of being placid, or I was gonna actually say placidity. I don't even know if that's a word, but that's a form of numbing out and avoiding conflict and avoiding certain situations that you deem might be uncomfortable. And that's why many times people turn to addictions, is because they're not choosing to deal with life or deal with the situation at hand, and so they turn to alcohol or food or shopping or sex or some other type of addiction. And so what happens is when you numb out to life, you miss your moments. You miss those moments in your limelight of your life. Your life is a series of moments strung together. Life as we know it is a series of movies or lives strung together in this grand scheme of things. You know, I've had the privilege to witness two types of death. And the first death was my mom's death, very sudden. And the second type of death is my father's death, which is very slow. And the reason why that I say that it's a privilege is because I'm able to see a life in review from an outsider's point of view. My mom very much worked and worked and worked. She rarely had downtime. And I believe she was a workaholic. And her main vice was being of service, but I think it was being a little bit too much over the top of service. My father once my mom passed away, and he stopped doing lots of volunteer work, but still volunteered on the things that really mattered to him. And then as I'm watching my father die of cancer and watching him slowly give away his possessions and slowly watching his body deteriorate and him not being able to do the things that he used to do, I'm seeing him now reflect on his life and how he did choose to take time to do those things that he loved and all this other stuff. But even he still had vices, or has vices, that he's choosing to keep in place in his life for the sake of others in his life. And so one of the things that I challenge you to do this week is to really give yourself an honest look over. Last week we spoke about really getting to know who we are as a person and why we choose to do what we do, and why we're at where we're at and where we want to get to, where we want to be. But that's still not an end result. That's a process of taking baby steps. Your life is a series of baby steps. None of us know if we're going to be here 1 minute from now, 1 hour from now, a month, a year, a decade from now. We don't know. And if you were on your deathbed right now and you were able to reflect on your life, what would you think? What would you do? What would you say? Would you say, I regret not speaking my truth to so-and-so? Or I regret not doing this or not doing that? Or I was so busy I missed out on the essence of life? Really think about, if you were on your deathbed right now, what would you say? What would you do? How would you feel about your life? And your challenge this week is not only to pretend that you're on your deathbed, because we never know. I could lay down for a nap and not wake up. We don't know. We don't know. All we know is we are part of the movie, and we come in the middle and we end in the middle. We leave in the middle. So this week I challenge you to, if you were on your deathbed, think about this. If you were on your deathbed, how would you, as you were reflecting on your life, how would you feel about it? How would you feel about this very moment, and this very moment, and this moment, and the moment that you had previously? Think about all the moments that you have and how many you've missed by hurrying and rushing through to get to a certain goal or a certain essence or a certain thing. Think about, have you really truly been present in your life? Have you been so worried about collecting all these things in order to hopefully make you feel fulfilled? Or have you been fully present in the moment? Have you savored the flavor of lemonade on a hot summer day? Have you taken your shoes off and walked in the grass? Have you sat on the riverbank and allowed the water to flow over your feet? Have you taken the time to just sit down in the middle of chaos and watch your kids play and not wash the dishes and not fold the laundry? Have you taken the time to savor life? Because this is all that it's made up of, is these tiny moments in time, these tiny essences, these tiny feelings of wonderment and fulfillment that only you can give yourself. No one else can give this to you. No one else can provide this for you. The only person that can provide your essence, your feeling, the zest, the fulfillment of life is you. And when we look outside of ourselves, when we look outside of life to other things to try to bring in that fulfillment and that essence of what we're hoping we can get out of life, we're missing the picture. The key is to feel your truth, own your truth, and live your life for you, and live your life feeling fearlessly inspired, and living your life feeling that, you know what, I'm fully present in this moment right now, and right now I want some lemonade, so I'm gonna go have some lemonade. Or right now I want to go hug my kid. Or right now, I'd like to do this, and right now I'd like to do that. And yes, there are these mundane things that we have to do. We have to bring home money so that we can pay the bills, and so that we can have a car, and so that we can have a house, and yada yada, which these are just things that we're choosing to have. I actually read an article the other day about gypsies who are choosing to live out of this little caravan and all these, but they're choosing to do it. They're choosing to live in the essence of their life that they want to choose to live. They're creating their movie as they go. So this week I challenge you, I really truly challenge you to look at your life for what it has been and what it is right now. And I challenge you to be fearless, to live fearlessly inspired, to know that the only thing that is certain is this moment right now. Right now. That is the only thing that is certain in your life. The only thing that's constant in this movie we call life is change. So I challenge you, I really challenge you to look at your vices. Look at those ways that you are numbing out of your life. Look at those long-term goals. Are you so fixed on that goal that you're missing the journey? I really challenge you to wake up this week. Wake up. Pretend you're on your deathbed, because we never know, we may be. And ask yourself, how do I feel about my life? How do I feel about what I've been doing, how I've been living? Have I been living authentically? And check in with yourself. And allow yourself to live moment to moment to moment. And know that you are the writer and the director and the producer and the main character of your movie, of your life. And doing this is a surefire way to get fearlessly inspired. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. If you really loved it, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss one single episode of Fearless Friday. Then head on over to my website, listed below, to pick up your Fearlessly Inspired e-kit. It's a free kit for download. Until next time, I'm wishing you a fearlessly inspired life. Bye-bye.